What is up? We are live. We're here over on Drafters today. Let's say hi to the chat. We got Bukowski looking up what a degenerate is because he is a Bestball degenerate with us. Degenerate refers to something or someone that has declined, deteriorated, or fallen from a higher, normal, or desirable state to a lower, less functional, or morally corrupt condition. And then he's like, that's my kind of club. How we doing, Jamie? We got Steven here. We got Jamie. We have Nice and Blunt. We have Jason. If you aren't subbed to Nice and Blunt, go give him a follow. Go follow Jamie over on IDP Center. Shout out Jamie for making that music for the stream starting screen, and he also made this one for the intro.
We're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls indecent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains from late season voids. He's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who has thunder in the names, claiming all the kills, flames, names, games. Degen wrath of views, don't age, torment remains. Bestball eternal, in remains infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, Cayman chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire, drafted through the veins.
What's up, Mike Rob? How we doing? And as I just typed, I had a good flow there, and it made me click that video 3 times to start it. So it is what it is. We're gonna do a drafters mini though. We're gonna go ahead and just join it. And by the way, Jamie, it is done. So later tonight, I'll be able to show you the whole thing for the other project. Let's get some background music though. Let's do some of this. We are +3 for a $3 drafters mini. For those of you who haven't been here on a drafters ticket giveaway, the promo code will always be, or the hashtag will always be #who. It's not capital this time. I don't think it matters. But #who to enter the giveaway. We're going to do a $3. Then we're going to do a main. And during the main, we're going to draw a ticket. See if somebody wins, or see who wins. Somebody will win. What's up, Mikey? How we doing? Crazy how fast 3 is filling. So I kind of expected it would fill super fast because it's only 18,000 and it's a 100 entry max. So that's 1,870 people to max it if they all do it. And a lot of people just throw auto drafts in. So, and a lot of people want volume instead of the other one. I expect that they did 18,000 assuming it would fill fast. That way they can throw out a super flex here in the next couple weeks. That's my guess. I don't have any info, but that's my guess. What's up, JT? How we doing? And Hulk, the winner of the $3, you should have it in the ticket should be in your account. I got a word from them earlier today. By the way, if you guys are just popping in, if you can smash the like, that would be fantastic. So we're waiting on 2 for this. Something I do want to talk about is about Luther Burden. So Coach Speak Index was live earlier. I popped in and I asked him basically if I was reading the situation right, because every time he posts something with Luther Burden, it's talking about multiple receivers. And what he said is that most of those quotes weren't questions asked specifically about Luther Burden, that those are questions that were asked and Luther Burden's getting brought up first, and then everyone else is also getting lumped in. So knowing that, I still don't think he's a great pick where he goes. I still believe it's going to be Colson Loveland leading the charge, but I will fade less. Luther's been dropped today. I mean, he needs to drop. Luther needs to be a 5th round pick. He doesn't need to be an early 4th round pick. I fully believe that he will be a 4 or 5 turn pick at the end. We got value on vibes at the 1. We got the 2. We got Hulk Smash, maybe with the free draft at the 3. We got Game Tight at the 8. We got... That is it. By the way, hopefully we can get some love then. If you guys are not sub or do not have a drafters account, by the way, you can use promo code WHO, that is capital H with 2 little O's, for a 100% deposit match for up to $100. And you have to have a drafters account to win the drafters ticket. So to win the free ticket, you have to have a drafters account. Hashtag WHO to enter in the giveaway. During the second draft, we will be drawing for that. Didn't realize you were streaming. I'm in here. Oh, are you? Who are you? Which one are you on? We got, I want to draft Burden, but it's tough. But I think, yeah, like I think Loveland's underpriced, and I think JMO is a safer bet than Burden, right? So I'm glad there's stipulations now. I mean, there's always been those stipulations, like you have to have an account, and like you can't win a ticket if you're not signed up, right? You also have to be subbed to the channel. I do have the chat gated to subs, so you do have to be subbed for 1 minute, and then you can enter the giveaway. So, but hashtag WHO is incorrect, sir. Learn from Mike Rob, sir. Learn from Mike Rob. So, which account is yours, Sus? I guess I don't know your drafters account. Four hole, try to change your name, couldn't figure it out. I don't think you can. Stepfather's Fantasy Football. Nice. What's up, Colin? How we doing? How's it going? How did the I ended up stepping out of I kept BBG's chat open yesterday, but I had it muted and doing some stuff off to the side. How did the big gorilla go? Did it turn out well? Did it not turn out well? Let me know, because I believe you did that with him, right? How we doing, KY? Also, if you have a drafters account, hashtag WHO, and if you're here whenever I draw during the second draft, I'm giving away a $15 drafters main ticket today. So it's a pretty good deal. I get to do that once a week. I get to give away a $3 once a week as well. So things are good over here. And if you don't have a drafters account, you can always use my promo code, which you see on the screen, for a 100% deposit match for up to $100. So, but we got the 2. We ended up taking Bijan Robinson. I have a ton of Bijan plus Nico teams, but I also love that I have that many, and I do think that having a bag on drafters is just better than on the other sites, right? I think that player stands, yes, you might just lose everything, but you have a better chance to win if you're right over on drafters with that. Thought it went well. There was some chatter in the group chat about Tootin over Hendo. I assumed the chatter was BBG was very out on it. let's go ahead. Let's just do the ADP thing here for this one. We'll get different later. I know BBG. The next one is going to be a drafter's main, and we'll be giving away a drafter's main ticket during the next one. And to enter, #who. By the way, DB, how we doing? Welcome. Hope you enjoy the content. Yeah, it's kind of odd because I kind of capitulated to Travion Henderson, but my very original ranks back in January had Travion at 60 and Ramondre really close. That's kind of where ETR has them now, both of them. I do think it's bullish that Travion has been practicing the entire offseason on just pass blocking. I think that's very, very good for him. I kind of like the receiver. I like DeAndre Swift and then the receivers in that round, though. I'm just a little different, though, with that. About the team or just overall? Yeah. What? Let us know. Where do you have... I've not moved. I mean, I've had Rashee Rice ranked at 27, 28 this whole time. And I'm willing to move him all the way up to above AJ Brown is what I'm willing to do. But I'm not going to do it until I'm forced to do it. Four-hole has a horrible start. You hear that, Sus? Puka, Rice, and Devonta Smith. Just got here. Are you doing another mini? I'm going to do I'm going to do a main next. And if we get to a X amount of likes, I'm not going to broadcast a certain number, but if we get to a certain amount of likes, I'll do a mini after the main. So, I think that it's just better to and mostly on drafters, the number is a little less than what it usually is. For whatever reason, drafters, people don't click on it. Not as many people are entertained with it. So, I mean, Terry McLaurin finally moved up above Tataroa McMillan. I think that makes a lot of sense. We're going to take McMillan here. Yeah, pain. More pain. You get T. Higgins all the way back. That's actually pretty fun. I'll be in the next main to beat on Sus Edwards. I got it. Yeah, let's go ahead and take Swift. We're not doing anything fancy here. We've just been at ADP every pick. I know that's not fun. The only place I would personally change would be Pickens here. If Rice was still on the board, I would have taken Rice probably over Pickens. But I don't really want to have zero Pickens. I don't love the Devonta Smith bet overall, although I did it twice yesterday. I have too much Olave to not be a little worried on the stuff. It looks like everything's going to be fine, though. Ladd McConkey supposedly had an issue today. A hamstring strain. Yeah, so yesterday he had one. So, Zay Flowers, I love, but I didn't want to pull him all the way up. And, definitely not pulling Luther Burden up. I'll say that. Hey, Quill. How we doing? But, yeah, I would like to get a third draft and a mini. I'm also not, 100% feeling the best today. I don't feel bad. But you know how sometimes it's you can feel that maybe doing something is going to kind of drag on you a bit. I have that feeling today. So I would like to do a third. If we hit the light goal that I have in my head, I'm going to do a third. And that third will be a mini. At DB Bets, rather you beat on me than beat off me. Got it. I had 2 strains today. Still going on. Yeah, we had a very productive morning though. I finished up 2 things I was working on, like video stuff. Started another project. I got my I got some rankings redone. I need to start next week. I'm hoping to have my drafters rankings live. I don't have drafters rankings live yet, but if you're a member of the channel, you can go to my Discord and I have a ranking section in there. If you attach your Discord to the server, if you attach your Discord to YouTube on that server, you'll be able to see the rankings. And once a week, I change some of the rankings around. I put a new file out, and you guys can download it and make fun of me. Like, everybody wins. You get free stuff, and you get to make fun of me. It's good stuff. Good all the way around. Everybody wins. So Jordan Tyson has been falling a lot. I'm still scooping him up. I've been scooping him up a lot with these falls. And Tyler Shuck has also like just absolutely plummeted. Like just to an insane degree. So I was already overweight. But I'm going to end up just being incredibly overweight, I think is how it's going to play out. Because of bye week reasons, we're going to take Tony Pollard there over Ramondre. I do have Ramondre slightly ahead of Pollard. I think Pollard's upside is higher, but the floor for Ramondre to me is pretty high. With Brian, or with Bijan, not Brian, the other B-Rob, you know, the good one, also having bye week 11 in total points, I'm going to lean towards Tony Pollard on this team. Give me 1 second. All right. Also, I've just been noticing that quarterbacks on every site are dropping like rocks right now. So I've been like scooping up what I think value is, and then just more value comes later. Like I seen a draft earlier where Malik Willis went at 160. I already had 3 quarterbacks and Jaden Daniels. I couldn't do it. So maybe that was just a weird room. Because I had 2 quarterbacks fall past ADP with stacks, and I had Jaden Daniels because I had Mahomes and Mike Evans, or I had Mike Evans and Rashee Rice, and then Purdy and Mahomes both fell past ADP, but I'd already taken Daniels, so I just took all 3 of them. It wasn't on total points. On total points, I would not do that. On playoff, I do think you could do that. I wouldn't recommend targeting it, though. Wasn't going to do another main until late July when I returned from vacation. But after Portugal, could only get drawn with Congo to need to depress. Oh. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if doing a $15 drafters main is going to help you decompress. It might be worse. I hope it goes well for you. I hope you join and it goes well and it assists you and it helps. I still need to do 5 more DK main or drafters mains to get the bonus. They have the double milestone bonus up until July or June 30th. I've got 20 of them done. I'm planning on getting 25 done by June 30th to get the extra ticket. So that'll be 2 additional tickets to get to 25 and 4 total tickets. And everybody gets that. If you do 10, you get 2 additional tickets. So do 10 Drafters mains by July 30th. You get 2 tickets. You do 25, you get 4. You do 50, you get 6. Usually mid-June to early July is when quarterbacks go lowest before they start to rise again. I haven't looked at the historical evidence, but that does make sense. I mean, there's a player I clearly want that I know for a fact that Sus wouldn't let me get if he continues to fall. We'll see. Yeah, so I didn't end up taking Dak. And then Dak goes to game tight here. Unstacked. I wonder if that was an auto or if that was a backstack on purpose thing. We got Bijan, Swift, Pollard, Nico Pickens, McMillan, Tyson. We're going to take Addison here. And probably Jonathan Brooks if Brooks comes back around. Yeah. And we're just going to hope that these late quarterbacks, because I have stacks for late quarterbacks all the way through. We're going to hope a couple of them land. That's what we're going to do. We're going to hope a couple of them land. Accidental auto. I figured that was an auto. Who are my highest exposures? We can go over that. Like, so right now, it's, I mean, I have to remove post-draft contest, right? So for the drafters main right now, I got 50% Emmett Johnson, which I didn't know. I've got 40% Scadabo, 30% Franklin, which surprises me, 30% Bryant, Malachi Fields, Claiborne, Hunter Henry, Nico Collins, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, Mahomes, Puka Nacua. Some of these surprised me. Like, I didn't think I'd have that much Franklin. I do want like 2-to-1 ratio there. We got a gifted membership here. Shout out Stars G. Go ahead and thank Brett for supporting the community and welcome.
Welcome to the Who Crew.
What's up? How we doing? What is my JMO percent? It is not high either. 0 and 0 Luther Burden. But that's only on 20 drafts, right? Like, that's gonna change. It's like 3.5% overall. I think it's like 3.3%, something like that. And then Burden is like 1%. But I'm overweight Jalen Waddle, overweight Devontae Adams. I'm overweight Mike Evans, and I'm overweight Terry McLaurin. Like, I just think that those 4 are much, much better picks. And I think DeAndre Swift is a much better pick than Luther Burden and JMO, right? So that's just where I'm at with it. And I think Scadabo is kind of clearly the best upside swing in the 4th round. Now, Neighbors at 42 is interesting, but I really don't know how I feel about Neighbors at 42, right? In a contest where you don't get him the entire time. So we still don't have a quarterback. We're just gonna keep pushing it. We're gonna see if we get screwed or not. This is a $3 draft. We're gonna see if we can push the quarterback all the way to the end. We're gonna hope to get 2 of them here. If it doesn't work out, oh well, it's $3. We're trying to turn $3 into $10K. So the way to do that in this situation is to push. I have about 15% burden. I mean, I think it's perfectly fine to pick one of Scatabo or not Luther Burden or Colson Loveland and kind of make a stand on that one player. I'm choosing the Loveland price. That's where I'm at with it. I also think it's fine to just be like, they're going to be a run-heavy team and go in on Swift and avoid all of them because all the other picks in that range are really strong as well. I think that Loveland's going to finish as like a second-round value, so I have a hard time passing up on him. What's good, Roni? Hashtag who for the Drafters main ticket. We'll be doing a second draft after this one. And during that draft, we will be doing a giveaway. To win, number 1, you have to be subscribed because you have to be subscribed to chat. Number 2, you have to be present. Number 3, you have to have a Drafters account so you can receive the ticket. 13% Loveland, 14% Burden, 18% of Doomsday, 5.5. I mean, so you are making a bet that they're not going to be a run game, right? So yeah, so CJ Stroud goes at 125. That's interesting. Yeah, I think they'll be kind of balanced, but if they're going to be balanced, I don't think that's a great thing for Burden specifically. I also think they're going to be primarily 2 tight end sets, and not that Colson Loveland can't block, but Komet's a solid blocker. And if there are 2 tight end sets, I think Loveland's going to be sent out quite a bit as the guy with the routes. And I think he had something like a 34% first read target share in the last 4 games last year, which is wild stuff. So everybody goes. So he's got 2 quarterbacks. I'm going to take Cam Ward, and then I'm going to take Bryce Young, and I'm not going to be happy about it. So he does take a 3rd one, but luckily it's Darnold. Let's see if Value and Vibes trolls me. They do not. All right, so we do get our second quarterback. We don't love it, but we have it. We got 30 watts. We got 17 likes. Thanks everybody for hitting the like. 4, not be doing dishes and behind on the stream, says Mike Roth. Caleb, he's not really that accurate, right? Let's go look at Caleb Williams' stuff from last year. Oh, you did sign up? That's awesome. Thank you for using the promo code Bestball on Call. And by the way, if you guys aren't subbed to Bestball on Call, give him a follow as well. So let's go to completion percentage. All right. Greater than. All right. So adjusted completion percentage greater. Caleb Williams, 34th last year in adjusted completion percentage. That's not great. Let's look at what his A dot was. I don't know what some of these are, but let's just kind of look at it together. Caleb Williams, A dot was 11th. That's not bad. I get that he can throw the ball. His sack rate, man, his sack rate went way down last year. All right, he took a lot less sacks because 2 years ago he took the most. So he improved a lot with that. That's very bullish. Let's look at accuracy, which is the number I was looking for originally. Because I believe this isn't really that great. Caleb Williams, 34th in accuracy. So, like, his upside, like, his ability to make the really hard throws, like his arm talent at the very top end is great. He's just very, very inconsistent with it. But he was also a year 2 quarterback. That could get home. Yeah, to be completely transparent, whenever you deposit, I assume you're going to deposit the 100 to get the 100 match. But after you've done $25 worth of drafts, I think it is, or 10, something like that, I get like a $40 kickback. Is what it is. So it's a pretty, like, it's substantial, like, it matters. Yeah. So we went ahead and took our third quarterback here. I mean, I would love to I was hoping Sadiq could come back around, honestly. Let's go. Also, yeah, let's just go Hawkinson here. Yeah, that's what it is, and that's the same promo everybody gets. By the way, and if you guys aren't subbed, or if you guys don't have a Drafters account, be like Bestball on Call. Use promo code HOOP for a 100% deposit match for up to $100. Like, so that's the only way I get site credits. By the way, that's the only way. I'm able to give away tickets, but that's them promoting their product through me, right? How are we doing, Bloody? We got the grapes. Shout out Bukowski. Man, look at that. Hashtag who. It's contagious. That's awesome. I mean, I really do appreciate it. And I like Drafters as a site. Whenever I think like drafting a Drafters on your phone, it's like pretty chill because you can put your rankings in. I don't have current rankings up, but since it's mostly like stacking matters less, it doesn't not matter, but it matters less. Player takes matter a little more because you just want to have the best picks throughout. I think that it's a much better like draft on your phone while doing something else site as well. Hukowski. B-Bell and Cole, exactly. That's why I buy a membership for someone. I hope it starts a chain reaction. You may be on to something. Good call, Brett. Yeah, he's mentioned that before. I know whenever I go, most of the time, if somebody gifts 5 memberships and I get one in a different chat, I will generally re-gift mine. That's just how I'm wired. So I fully understand why he does it. I'm usually not the one to start the chain reactions, but I do like to do that. And by the way, if you guys are new to the channel and you haven't subbed, go ahead and hit the sub. I go live every Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. Central, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Central. Once a week, I'm able to give away a $15 drafters ticket. Once another day a week, not the same day, but a different day, I'm allowed to give away a $3 drafters mini ticket. Yesterday, we did that. Hulk Smash one. He's using it right now. And today, we're going to have another winner. What's up, Hartman? It started at the beginning. Everyone is getting to be a member. It's like returning the blessings. Nice. Yeah, it's. I always feel like good karma happens for stuff like that, right? I mean, there's a player I clearly want. We'll see if I'm allowed to get him. I mean, I could take a fourth tight end here as well. Jeremy Bernard's the clear pick. That's who I was targeting that whole time. There was not a thought of anybody else there. I need to stop taking Emmett Johnson until we start hearing camp reports on him. I do like the Ray Davis pick, though. I'm still a believer in Emmett Johnson's talent. I'm still a believer that the KC RB2 will get a reasonable amount of run, that Kenneth Walker won't be a 25 touch a game guy. That doesn't mean that Kenneth Walker's a bad pick. It just means that Kenneth Walker is better when kept fresh and explosive. Click Justice Hill. He will have a good role. I need to mix some in. I'm the capital on the fact that Justice Hill is practicing. Like, I didn't draft him at all in pre-draft because last year he randomly just stopped playing because of a neck injury, and I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I love the fade on Emmett. Nobody click any more running backs. Nobody do it. You're not allowed. Yeah, so also I think it'll be next week, but last night Updog and I were drafted some teams. I mean, I drafted teams, but I was testing his new tool for him. He can't really do things on Underdog and DraftKings. So I did a draft for him and tested out his new tool. He's going to launch the tool here in a week or so, most likely. He doesn't know for sure when, but he thinks it's going to be launched reasonably soon. And he's going to come onto my channel, and we're going to draft some teams whenever it's fully ready for release. And I like the tool. It's a lot like the baseball thing, but it's actually built in as a tool. If you guys seen the baseball stuff, he's got that as an overlay now. Yeah, it's all fit, and you can set some sliders and stuff as well. It's pretty nice. You do, like, I was a little, I think it's the tool that you need to use a couple times before you get in the sync of using it. But I think it's very valuable. I really do. All right, so Kincaid, Kittle, and Hawk honestly feels more than enough. Nobody take any more running backs, especially not one named George Halani, who you took at 196. Anybody else feeling a little bad about all of their Najee Harris bags? I mean, I've got 50% on drafters right now. I've got 20% on Underdog. I don't want my entire season. I don't want to load up every team in week 15 and it shows Emmett Johnson, who's inactive, you know. Um, yeah, let's do the Justice Hill thing. It was mentioned. Let's do it. I've not heard the latest on Najee. That's the thing. I've not heard the latest on Najee. We'll take Elijah Surratt. I have not taken him. Did news come out? No, that's the thing. There is no news. I expected to hear something with Najee, right? No, it is too much. I just kind of thought that he would not drop to pick 200. I thought that he would go. I thought that he would end up moving up to where Pacheco is, right? So I loaded up, and now I end up with a lot of Mahomes and a lot of Herbert. So I end up with a lot of Emmett Johnson by proxy over on the playoff sites. On this site, it doesn't matter. I think Najee needs 2 eyes to play football again. Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty good stuff. You think he'll be a Raider? I honestly, I don't know. I don't think so. So Najee isn't a great pass blocker. And I think that most of the places that need RB, the RB they have, their weakness is pass blocking. So I don't honestly, the Commanders are a team that could use Najee to make things really ugly. I wouldn't like it, but it is something. I mean, Najee is like an August starter, goes down signing. Yeah, maybe. Any tips on drafters? Never done one. We'll go over that here in a minute. Najee probably waiting on the Bucky injury and the Jacob Sigel stuff. See if he can play on a good team. That does make sense as well. Camp injury before he signs is what it seems like right now. Yeah, Dallas is one that I keep thinking about, but I also think he is a worse version of Javonte Williams at this point. So drafters is total points, so you just need the most points. Every week is valued the exact same. So week 13 has just as much weight as week 2. Week 2 has just as much weight as week 17. So you don't need to worry about any of that stuff. You just need to build the team that has the most points. Generally, the running backs, it's a point I've went over a couple times. I'll have to bring up the thing. So last year, I think it was the first 9 or 10 RBs in points all went in the first 3 rounds. So, and running backs score more points than wide receivers. So going 0 RB at least last year was absolute death to your chance to really make money, right? Stacking matters less because it's all about just getting points. That doesn't mean stacking doesn't matter. But we got a 3-6-8-3 here. We got Cam Ward, Bryce Young, Aaron Rodgers. Running backs, Bijan Robinson, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Brooks, Ray Davis, Justice Hill. Wide receiver, Nico Collins, George Pickens, Hetero McMillan, Jordan Tyson, Jordan Addison, Jeremy Bernard, Surratt, Brazel. So 4 rookies. Rookies are also worse on drafters because they usually take longer to steam up. Surratt probably should have been Cooper Kupp if he was there. Was he still there? No, he was not there. Justice Hill should have been Cooper Kupp. And then I should have taken a different running back if he went. So, I should have taken Cooper Kupp there. That was a mistake. Tight end, Dalton Kincaid, George Kittle, and TJ Hawkinson. Also, not overstacking a bye week is very important on drafters because I think the last couple of years, you need an average of like 160 points a week to get in the top couple spots. So I need to find out. I know Hulk is a member. We're starting to do member reviews now. We got Hulk. We got a Drake May, Tyler Shuck, and Malik Willis. Running back, Derrick Henry, Brees Hall, Quinshon Judkins, Ramondre, Woody Marks. Wide receiver, Jamar Chase, Terry McLaurin, Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Jalen McMillan, Deshaun Stribling, 10 pass, Tank Dell, Kevin Coleman. Haven't seen him drafted. Oh, he is not a member. You're done. You're out. No more. Game Tight's a member, though. We got a 3-6-8-3 here. We got Lamar Jackson, Jay Daniel, Dak Prescott on the auto. Jonathan Taylor, Blake Corum, Rashad White, Jordan Mason, Tyler Algier, Alvin Kamara. Wide receivers, London, Flowers, J-Mo, Ryan Flournoy, Antonio Williams, Ted Hurst, Rashad Bateman, Jacoby Lane. Tight end, Andrews Chig, and Terrence Ferguson. So we are over here. We're joining the Drafters main right now. It is +9. Go ahead. That was a quick click off Hulk. What's up? We're doing a Drafters main right now. We need 9 people. Also, whoops. #who to enter the giveaway. We are giving away a Drafters main ticket. And to enter, #who in the chat. There is a rule, a couple rules. You have to have an account on Drafters to get the ticket. You also have to be subbed to type in the chat. And you have to be present to win. What inspired the poll? They're just all together in ADP is all. And honestly, all three of the top 3 of them are people I'm kind of out on. And Alec Pierce is hurt. The one I liked is hurt. So I don't know what to do there. That's kind of I'm kind of starting to lean Mekhi Lemon myself. Just because I think, at this point, you can just get Alec Pierce the next round. I got Alec Pierce at 95 earlier. That felt awesome. Maybe it was 94, but it was the front half of the draft back in the 8th round. And it felt pretty nice. It felt very nice, honestly. So we need 3 more for a Drafters main here. But those tight ends. We all know Hulk knows how to smash drafts, right? We all know that. #who. I mean, we only got 16 entrants here. So it's a pretty good way to get yourself a chance to get over here and get a I think last week we ended up with 32 entrants into the giveaway. Hi, do you have a Drafters account, Goofy? Let me know. I didn't know that Goofy Chicken had a Drafters account. How we doing, Legalize It? Cash. And if you guys aren't subbed to Goofy Chicken, go give him a sub as well. What is the gist of his injury? I don't see much on it. He had a surgery. Now, are you using promo code WHO? Capital H with 2 little O's for your 100% deposit match for up to $100? Because I think that would be a good idea, sir. Bayou Bengal, how we doing? Thank you for popping in. Thank you for smashing the like. And If you guys aren't subbed to Bayou Bengal, go give him a sub as well. We need one more for a Drafters main. We got the 106. We got DB Bets at the 4. We got Sus at the 2. We got BBOC in his first Drafters here at the 5. We got Lutz at the 8. We got Two Mules at the 7. Bukowski at the 10 in his first. We have Game Tight at the 11. Good luck to the Who crew. I'm sure almost everybody is here, but I shamelessly plug every time. Likely won't be around for the drawing again, but no way I can win twice, right? We'll give it, like, if you're not present, you get like a full round, right? This is the last one. I promise. I promise. I'm voting no tonight, Hulk. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to start doing. Like, especially if I'm in the middle of the board. If it gets to the next pick and they haven't said anything in chat, I'm redrawing. So, yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna take Almond Raw. I do click CMC on full PPR a little bit. I do it a little. I don't love it, but I do it a little bit on full PPR. I'm mostly fading him, but he is a solid pick if he's healthy, right? If he's healthy, he could just be the guy you need. Preemptive vote. I got it. That's awesome. And by the way, we still haven't hit the light goal for a third draft. We'll be doing a mini draft after this if we get to the light goal I have in my head. Like I said earlier, I'm not actually going to give a number, but we do have it in our head. And if we get there by the end of this draft, and it's an attainable number from where we're at. It's an attainable number. So if you want a third draft, another Drafters mini, do all you need to do to get us there. And just for those of you who are listening and are here, do I have one around? I don't. I mean, I could do something fun to see when we do the drawing. I could go grab a 20-sided dice and just roll it, and whatever it hits, that's the round we do it. But I didn't think about that till just now. So, what do you guys think? You think I should go grab one and do it that way? And then that way it's just, that's when we draw? Or should I just pick a number at random? I would actually probably have to find the dice. Someone flip the board. Grab one. I'll go grab one. Make that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go grab it, and I'm going to make that the new thing. That is going to be the thing. Obviously, it'll exclude 1s and 2s, right? I love these two. Like, I think it's clearly Chase Brown and London here. But yeah, I will be grabbing that in a second. Does ChatGPT randomize? All right, I'll be right back. All right. Well, you guys won't be able to see the roll. I mean, I guess I can move the camera, but well, you guys aren't going to believe it, but it's round 4. So you guys got to jump in now. It rolled 4. So at 43, we're rolling. We're going to do the giveaway at 43. I'll have it set up next week to where you could, hopefully I'll be able to figure it out to where you guys can watch it next time. So hashtag who to jump in. We'll go ahead. We got 23 in here. We'll be doing the giveaway shortly. By the way, I'm not sure if you've seen this. My dice bag is badass. Got a Ninja Turtles dice bag. Top that, guys. I have no shame. No shame in how much of a nerd I am. It's all good. Chair is the captain now. Turtle power. Yep. My buddy would love that. Yeah, I mean, how much cooler of a dice bag could you get, right? I haven't used it in forever. So if you're in here and you've been listening, go ahead and hit hashtag who. And I will remember to actually show the screen this time when I roll, instead of how I did it yesterday. I will remember to move over. I did that for a while, and then I decided to buy actual dice bags. So we've got 26 entrants now. We've got 31 watching. We got 26 entrants. We got 7 likes. That's a really good ratio, guys. I like that. Let's we're gonna change the music specifically for the drawing too, and then we need to change the music afterwards. So we got Chase Brown, Amon-Ra, Olave. I'm not really in this contest. I'm not going to worry that much about Olave, because I feel really good about him, right? And so in the 4th round, I actually just split it up between Scatabo and Jacobs. I prefer the Scatabo click, but I understand that the Jacobs click is probably better. But in full PPR, the Scatabo click may be better. The deciding factor is usually, I'm going to go Jacobs this time, but I think there's an argument for Scatabo purely because of bye week, right? 11 is a bye week that's very popular for a bunch of the people. So we are here. Not rigged like yesterday. Yeah. We'll get into that in a minute. But time to change the music. And now time to draw. Look at that. He jumps in. He said he was having a bad day. 2 mules. 2 mules wins a free one. I hope your day's gotten better, sir. Hope your day got better. I don't know what it is about Scatabo. I can't click his name. It's... I understand. A lot of people don't like it because of the visual from the injury last year. Now we can afford the 3rd mule. Very nice. Hey, there he is. I'll after the stream, I will send drafters that. You'll probably get the ticket sometime tomorrow, sir. He's back. Yep, so congratulations to Two Mules. Next week, it could be any of you. So I think Mike Evans is a very, very good price here. Like a very good price. And so does BBOC. So does BBOC, apparently. Apparently, you also know ball, sir. Yeah, let's just go David Montgomery here. Signed up. Thanks for the promo code. Who? Hey, I appreciate you using the promo code. I appreciate the Best Ball on Call and Bukowski and Bukowski both just used it today as well. So, see, I would take Monty here if I was drafting. I mean, I just took money, so I see you. Feel like I had to be Evans or Lamar there. I've seen enough round 6 Lamar to not draft him in round 5 very often on drafters. I also think that on drafters, elite quarterback's a lot harder to get home. Although elite quarterback has never really been this cheap. So this year it could be different as well, right? We've not seen a sample of the quarterbacks going in this range for the elites. So that's I'm gonna be very curious with this year. I mean, you also need either Josh Allen, Lamar to smash, right? Because they both go, all the other quarterbacks go in round 6, right? So Lamar generally goes a full round ahead and Allen 3 rounds ahead of the group of other really good quarterbacks. So one of them would have to win the position by 30, 40 points for it to really be worth it, right? And it's not like in total points, that's a lot harder to do than it is in a single week to just put up 10 more points in a single week in a playoff scenario. Are we sure Evans is going to get there? He's got age against him. According to all the stats, he was elite last year. Like, elite. Like, a lot of the metrics and stuff. Let's, we'll look some of that up here in a second. That's coming from Derek Brown, Debro. I personally haven't looked that up yet, so let's do a dive. Let's come over here, go to targets, over 60 targets. Apply. And then let's look at I don't know. I think his fantasy points doesn't have separation score. What stat do we want to look at? What? We'll look at missed tackles forced per reception just because it seems like fun, right? Zay Flowers way up there. Troy Frank, Malik Washington at first. That's interesting. Hard to imagine a world where Evans failed. So this is the way I look at it. With Evans. Jawan Jennings had what? 8 touchdowns last year or something. Let me see what I want to do here. We're going to take Jaden Reed. So let's go to Juwan Jennings. Touchdowns. He had 9 touchdowns last year. Juwan Jennings had 9 touchdowns. Right? You're telling me that Mike Evans isn't going to be able to do like 8 touchdowns there? Oh, it's Terry McLaurin for me and then Mike Evans, but I could see a world. Let's say George Kittle isn't ready week 1 and he's back like week 5 or 6. Well, Ricky Pearsall has never really been that healthy. Ricky Pearsall also doesn't profile as a red zone guy. Stribling's a rookie. They don't have anybody behind him. CMC's efficiency was down last year. They'll still throw to him in the red zone, but Evans could, this is exactly right. Evans could literally just be 12 to 15 touchdowns. Like, if you just look at how the offense works, you look at Mike Evans' history, what he's done, what he's been good at. He wasn't bad last year. He just ended up getting hurt. So, I'm looking for the yards per route run. There it is. So, yards per route run. I don't know if I missed him. I might not have missed him. I might have missed him. Nico, Waddle, Rice, Alec Pierce, Lave Adams. Well, let's just type in Evans, right? Let's just look at his numbers. Apparently it's broke. Oh, hold on. He was hurt enough that he didn't get 60 targets. That's not that great, though. 1 point. Way to break it. Yeah, no, that was on me. That was my fault. I'll take a 15 pick fall on Dak. We'll do that. I want all the Terry and Evans. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm at. And that offense, they've never had that. Generally, Kittle produces when they're like guys aren't really healthy. In my eyes, I don't know if that's fully true, but in the past, I think I remember seeing like a lot of the Evans bullish game or the George Kittle bullish games. It's like matchup stuff, right? And a lot of the times it's been when the wide receivers have been hurt. Debo hypes every player up for engagement farming. He'd hype me up, and I never played a snap of football. He was going undrafted for a while. A month. Yeah. When comparing your drafters rankings to your underdog rankings, which players have the biggest? I don't have specific drafters rankings yet. Man, I'm taking Rico at 102. Like, I'm just going to take the ADP fallers, honestly. And we're just going to lean in on these 3. Hope that's good. Chase Brown, Jacobs, Demont, Rico, Amon-Ra, Olave, Jaden Reed. On DraftKings, I basically have all the wide receivers pushed up a little bit on full PPR. It's kind of where it's at. Shanahan, I quote, Mike and Christian are 2 grown-ass mans we plan to use a lot. You like Tonjes and CMC? I mean, yeah, if you like it, CMC is a scary bet, but if you're comfortable with it, it could be a bet that pays off. It could for sure be a bet that pays off. And by the way, when Mike Rob logs into all of his alts, we'll be at the amount of likes to get to the mini after this as well. Shout out Mike Rob. By the way, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subbed yet, go ahead and hit the sub. We go live every Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. Central. We go to all the different sites. We have a good time. Yeah, I have a hard time with CMC this year. I see it. If his 400 plus touch season, like, it's a scary bet to make, and I'm not brave enough to make it at a high rate. That's where I'm at. I'm never gonna talk bad about people who do it. To me, it's a, do you believe or do you think the risk is worth it? How much risk do you think there is? Imagine Mike Evans goes for 1,000 yards plus whatever he missed last year for that 1K. I mean, let's just say he has 800 yards and 12 touchdowns. Like, it's a really good pick where he went. I'm drafting CMC in that range where it's like JSN, Puka, Jefferson. I prefer him over the rest. Now, and I think that's an acceptable thing. I'm not going to talk bad on that. That doesn't mean I personally am going to do that. Like, I can not do it myself and not like it for me, but still understand that in the grand scheme of things, it's a really fine bet. But we're going to go ahead and pull Kittle up here, I think. Yeah. I'm kind of in on Kittle right now. And we could have went with Romeo Doubs, but Doubs falls every once in a while. And I wasn't that worried. I'm not that worried about stacking. If I don't get Doubs, it's perfectly fine. If I do get Doubs, that's great, right? So we got one. I do think that the wide receivers kind of dry up. Might be able to get Jake Ferguson back at 139. I think I'm going to chance and take a wide receiver next. I'm fine with any of those four, and there's 4 picks until I pick, so I should be good. Let's look at my bye weeks. We got 6, 8, and 11. We got 11, we got 5, and we have Diggs. I kind of feel like Diggs is the bet to be making here, but we'll see. I've been drafting Kittle as my tight end too, where I want Bowers. Kittle is a hit. So you can do it that way, or you can do it the way I'm about to do it, where you take 3 or 4 tight ends. Like, I might take 4 tight ends and just have, like, the last 4 rounds being, like, Pat Freiermuth, Kate Otten, and Gunnar Helm or something, like, down here, right? And then when Kittle comes back, he's the guy to smash, right? So basically use him as your spike week guy for the back half of the season, because I think he'll be really good. So I think that stuff makes sense as well. I have some Kittle, Kelsey, Chig, and Gunner. I think that as long as you build 3 tight ends with Kittle, it's perfectly fine. So back to this. My biggest thing is like the Wandale, the Khalil Shakirs, those picks move up 5 to 10 spots, right? Well, I think Khalil Shakir is a massively better bet on drafters than he is on Underdog. I think Parker Washington's a much better bet on drafters. That doesn't mean I like him as a bet, though, either. So, we got I mean, if I can get one of these back, Jake Ferguson went, so I'm not worried about that. Bark, bark, up to 36. Bark, bark. Well, the number I had was 35, so we're there. Shout out Mike Rob for all of those. All of you who want one of the mini, shout out to Mike Rob. Yeah, we'll take Jaden Higgins here. So I do think it's a pretty thin bet to have naked deck be what you need. But I also think it's very unlikely that many teams have Dak Prescott at 91, right? And if Dak Prescott was paying off the ADP in round 7, but Jaden Reed was just kind of a player you needed to have, because not because he smashed throughout the whole season, but because he put up 3 28-point games. And so that's another thing about the difference between underdog and drafters. On drafters, the players like Xavier Worthy, so the Shakirs are really good picks because they give you some floor and it's full PPR, right? But the Rashid Shaheeds, the Xavier Worthys, those picks, the people who can give you any week can put up 23, 24 points, or a Trey Tucker who can put up 36 points in a week. Like those long touchdown guys, one 35-point game is worth 2 weeks worth of volume from an elite player, right? So one major spike is worth exponential amount over here. We'll go Juwan as tight end 2 here. So I do push up the players like Jameson Williams should probably have a little more value on drafters. And I don't necessarily play it that way. I haven't been playing it that way. But he goes ahead of Mike Evans here, which I think is wrong, right? Christian Watson goes earlier here, which I think is right. Like, I think the Christian Watson and Jameson Williams bet are very similar. Like, to me, I just think that Evans, Waddle, and Adams are kind of clearly the better bets in that range. And I think that Watson and JMO, I think you can kind of mix them in and like within there. I think it's fine. But I do think that Waddle, like Jalen Waddle has top 12 upside for the year. Mike Evans has the ability to put up 10 touchdowns. I don't think 10 touchdowns would be like astronomically weird, right? And a multi-touchdown game with 70 yards, like 2 touchdowns, 6 receptions, and 70 yards, that's what, like 13, 25 points. That's the top wide receivers usually, like outside the top 3 receivers. Let me just bring up my thing. I don't have my Google Sheets open today. I'll have to go open them. The one that has all the points per game and all that. But if I remember right, there was only 2 wide receivers last year over like 15 and a half fantasy points a game. And these are half point numbers. So Puka was at 19, JSN was at 17, Jamar Chase was at 15, Amon-Ra at 15, Rice at 15. And then it dropped all the way to 14 for Pickens, and then it dropped to 13.99. So you put a 28-point week in. That is essentially doubling the average, like a top 12 receiver, like a receiver between 9 to 12 points in a single week. I want more Waddle, but every time a few other guys are there, I like more. Yeah, no, I get it. Like at a certain point, you just have to like, I just have to go out of my way to click them, right? You just have to make it a point to do the thing. So I was hoping to get Flournoy. I assumed the Spike Week guy would take him. Spike Week is very, very in on Ryan Flournoy. And I like the Flournoy bet a lot as well. Man, we got the 43 likes. Look at us. Thank you guys. By the way, if you're just popping in, if you can smash a like, that'd be great. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit the sub. We've already given away the Drafters main ticket today. 2 mules, congratulations. But go ahead and hit the sub. And tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week, you'll be able to join for that. I've been doing it on Wednesday. It's not locked into Wednesday every week, but I'm also able to give away a Drafters mini ticket every week as well. So just stick around if you like Drafters. I listen to a lot over there, and I interact in chat with Eric. I am in the Discord, but I haven't visited the Discord for a while, honestly. My very first year of Best Ball, I actually used the Spike Week tool, which I really liked. Best Ball Overlay is what I use now. Like, to be honest, streaming is just easier with Google Chrome. And I prefer Mozilla as a browser, but StreamYard, Google Chrome makes the StreamYard stuff a lot simpler. So I kind of switched over, and Best Ball Overlay is awesome. So, and I know Pat, so I do that for Pat as well. And but yeah, no, I respect the Spike Week stuff. Eric knows what he's talking about. He can get a little over his skis on guys. Like, he definitely can. Flournoy is one of those guys that he has ranked incredibly high. But I also spent the entire pre-draft process saying that I thought Flournoy was one of the best picks on the board. And he ended up I think he may have been my top non-drafted, or he might have been my top rookie. And by the way, if Nice and Blunt, are you still here, Nice and Blunt? If you are here, that Emmett Johnson, that's too much Emmett Johnson. Like, I'm basically going to end at the same amount Emmett Johnson as you have Tank Bigsby, sir. So, Best Ball Overlay costs, it's $40 a month, but it's $30 a month with the promo code. It isn't active for drafters. It's only for DraftKings and Underdog, which Spike Week is Spike Week is there for everything, right? So that is a positive for Spike Week. We got I mean, let's go. I mean, Dalton Schultz is kind of a value here. Did Schultz go? He did not. What RBs are left? We're going to go ahead and take Dalton Schultz here. We're going to lean in to these free agent wide receivers. We're going to stop at 2 quarterbacks, and we're going to have a 2. I don't know. Maybe a 2-6-8-4, maybe. Yeah, who it is. Capital H with 2 little O's, just like the promo code for signing up on Drafters. If you need help with it, join my Discord and just send me a DM through the Discord. I'll respond. I'll be able to help you with it. Also, for Best Ball Overlay, if you do sign up for Best Ball Overlay, if you download it and you don't like it, all you got to do is reach out to Pat within the first 7 days. And then if you reach out within the first 7 days, they will refund your money back. If you download it, you use it, and you don't like it, they'll give you a full refund. It may take a week. It may take a little bit of time to get it done, like the processing side of it, but they will definitely give you that money back if you don't like it. So they're pretty like it's a pretty nice tool. Being able to see your exposures and all that stuff. It also shows you combinations as well, which is very important. Like the combo tool, like it's combinations is one of the most important things in best ball. What's up, Mufasa? How we doing? Welcome. Glad you could make it in here today. We're going to be doing a mini after this one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5. I think we got 5. We don't have 5. We have 4. Best Ball and Call's not a member, but he just used my promo code to sign up. So we will review his team as well. I don't have my Discord open. Sometimes the username, are you the real Josh on the Discord as well? If so, like, just message me and let me know, and we can figure it out for sure. If you're interested in using it. Okay, sweet. Rules are rules, not a meme. Got it. Yeah. Yeah, I also do the first time you do a draft with me. And I think DB Betts, this is the very first time he's been in a room with me while live. So I also do that. The very first time you're in a stream draft with me, I will also review your team. So whether you like it or not, you're getting it. Yeah, I figured. Schultz is actually one of my higher drafted players right now. I don't know how I feel about it. We're taking Pat Bryant, maybe. Yeah, we're taking Bryant there. I feel very good about the Pat Bryant stuff. Now I could easily be wrong. But I loved him as a prospect. All kinds of people I respect are in on him. So I'm having a hard time not getting over my skis on him. I mean, it could be turpentine, but I don't think we're going to go down that route here. I think it's going to be another. I've been clicking Torrey Horton like every draft. So, although Surratt would make sense here. I would easily take Mike Washington if he comes back around. Phil Maffa got a little bit of positive coach speak, but he's also being compared to Jaden Blue, so there's that. All right, let's remove the banner since there is no more giveaway. So we're about back on the clock. Which one do I want? I'm going to go ahead and take Surratt this time. Honestly, I might just stop at these 5 running backs. Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery. Rico Dowdle feels really strong. And Vidal's a different bye week as well. So I feel pretty strong about this RB room. I've got a really solid like top 2 wide receiver. So I think I need the 9th receiver, to be honest. And you know what? If we're going to go 9, we could do the Turpin thing. I don't know. Probably won't, but I am going to at least queue it. I'm at least going to keep it an option. I seen a video today of Tua throwing some balls. Yeah, we will be doing a mini after the reviews. Just so everybody knows, it's after the reviews, not during the reviews. Don't join a lobby while I'm reviewing. I will tell you when I'm going to jump in. I think it's whacked. Oh, wait, you got fan in there. No, I think it's fine. Like, I'm not going to read through it all, but the capital you spent makes sense. Adding the 7th receiver, I think is fine. Yeah, it looks perfectly fine. All right. So we got, I can't do a full team review because as Best Ball on Call said, reviews are saved for members. We got a 2-5-9-4. We got Drake May, Dak Prescott. A naked Dak Prescott, 14 picks past ADP. Feels fine, honestly. Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Rico Dowdle, Kamani Vidal. Wide receiver, Amon-Ra, Chris Olave, Jaden Reed, Stephon Diggs, Jaden Higgins, Deebo Samuel, Pat Bryant, Elijah Surratt, Tyquan Thornton. Tight ends, George Kittle, Jawan Johnson, Hunter Henry, Dalton Schultz. Not my normal kind of build. Like, I don't love the Dak Prescott naked thing. I was hoping to get Flournoy. I should have known it wasn't happening with a Spike Week symbol in the lobby. But it's a fine team. It's a fine team. We got DB Bets here. First time being in a lobby on stream with me, so you do get the free review. You got a 3773 here. We got Joe Burrow, Jack Dart, and Fernando Mendoza. Running backs. DeAndre Swift from Andre, Aaron Jones, Tyler Tracy, Rodriguez at 141 feels really good. Tyler Algier, Samaje P. Ryan. For waiting on running back, I really like this. Puka T. Neighbors at 45. That's starting to get to where he's clickable. If he's on PUP, I think he ends in round 5 on drafters. But I think that there's still the chance that it comes out that he doesn't end up on PUP. I personally think he will be. But if that news comes out, this round 4 stuff is gone, right? Alec Pierce buying the dip again. Jalen Naylor, Brandon Ayuk, Jahan Dotson. This is what you call a no fear team. Absolutely no fear. Brock Bowers, Terrence Ferguson, Colby Parkinson. I've done the double Rams tight end thing a bit. I think it's a smart thing to do. I like the team. We got Lutz here. 3, 6, 9, 2. Baker Mayfield, Malik Willis, Aaron Rodgers. Running backs, Ashton Jeanty, Saquon Barkley, Quinshon Judkins, Tajay Spears, Braylon Allen, Eli Heidenreich, who I was looking at and decided not to do. Egbuka ahead of ADP. I know you know I don't like that. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Ricky Pearsall, Jalen Coker, Malik Washington, who apparently was the best at missed tackles forced after reception last year in the league. Darnell Mooney, Ted Hurst, and Keon Coleman. Loveland and Tyler Warren, you got me back. I'm back in. You lost me at Igbuka. I'm back in at Loveland Warren. This is not the normal Lutz team, but you can't build all your teams the same. I think that you built it in the correct way, getting like the Pittman downs, like guaranteed target kind of thing. 3 guys who are going to get a bunch of targets and then take some swings late, hopefully flex at the other 2 positions. I think it's perfectly fine. And then I'm fairly positive Bukowski is still... No, I'm looking at it. Yeah, there we go. A long time since he had chatted. We got a 3-5-9-3 here. Jaden Daniels, Cam Ward to running backs. Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker, Travion Henderson, Jonathan Brooks, Woody Marks. This is like a dream running back room. Just a dream running back room. Jonathan Taylor should go later on full PPR, and he does. I've seen him go quite a bit at the back end over here. I wonder if he's going to end up being the pick 11 by the end of the summer. So I'm cooling off on him specifically on drafters, because another thing about drafters is like the picks like Stephon Diggs, who later are going to be round 9 picks. It's going to feel really, really bad taking him in round 9 when 20% of the contest got him in round 13, you know? And like Jonathan Taylor, if the back half he ends up at pick 11 or pick 10, it's going to feel kind of bad having him early. But at that point, it's just like mixing up combinations, right? We got Zay, Terry McLaurin, Chris Godwin, Xavier Worthy, Omar Cooper, Antonio Williams, Tank Dell, Cooper Kupp, and Kayshon Boutte. That is a lot of wide receiver. But you hit it with volume, pulling Terry up. I've been seeing more and more people do this. I've done it. I think it's smart. Tucker Kraft, Chig, and Gunnar Helm. Very well built team there. Very well built. And then we got Game Tight. Give me 1 second. So, yeah, not entering the Drafters Mini yet because it is +3. We'll probably just wait for a full lobby. We got a 3-7-8-2 here. Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, running backs, Achane, Javonte, Travis, not Trevor Etienne, Travis, Jordan Mason, Nicholas Singleton, Justice Hill, Ollie Gordon. I like the handcuff there. Just because I think there's going to be some weeks where Ollie is perfectly fine. And like, I don't like handcuffing your number 1 running back. I've been pretty vocal about that. But I also think that if you just get somebody to get you points after round 16, like, it doesn't matter, right? So it's whenever you pull them up above ADP to handcuff that I don't like. And like that's perfectly fine. Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas, Jordan Addison, Golden Hunter, Juwan Jennings, Isaac Tesla, Jalen Noel, and then Andrews and Barner. Hey, we are entering the Drafters Mini right now. It was +10. It was +10, so we're +8 now. We're +8. Yeah, that was a workout. I mean, we got to service all the members. The members deserve it. 5 more. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a drink real quick and rest my voice for a second. Let's we're +4 for a $3 mini, by the way. Let's turn some music up for a second while we wait.
Y'all act like you never seen a chrome champion before. Jaws all on the floor like Brady just walked in with 6 more. Yeah, it's me who dropping drafts heavy, line up lethal. Yo, league dudes pay my rent this month. That shit's illegal. Cause I'm the real who hate. Please stand up, please stand up, please stand up, please stand up.
Roll that league like the draft. Put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. I just traded your mama for a first round pick. Yeah, I scammed you. What, bitch? Shut up, sit down. Nah, I'm the real who hating best ball drafter. Please stand up.
All right, we're back. We got in French here. He's at the 101. We got the 102. We got two mules at the 3. We got D-Ball at the 4. Bukowski at the 5. No cap at the 6. Value of vibes at the 7. We got Quill at the 10. Sladen at the 12. And Capital at the 11. So, not sure if Grape Rocks or Jort McBort are listening. I don't know if Ed French is listening. I assume they are. But welcome everybody. And by the way, if you guys are new to the channel and you haven't subbed, go ahead and hit the sub. Also, smash a like for me. It helps out quite a bit. Just trying to get used to that setup. Yeah, it's a little odd at first, like drafting here. Me and Quill got the caboose. So let me all right, I'm gonna go ahead and message drafters. Two mules won the thing. So I can't type and talk at the same time. So that's not a superpower. That is not a superpower.
Wanna see me bench a whole team in silence. Wanna copy my lineups, then act like you built it. I just started my rookie week 1. You fucking missed it. I'm the commissioner, nightmare, the taco terror. Murder the league, don't sleep, or change the name to Era. Yo, team so ass, they call it the Cleveland Browns. I'm smoking on that pack louder than your playoff sounds, bro. It's just fantasy. Nah, this shit is real life. Lost a grand last year. Made your system out.
All right, so we're back. I messaged drafters for two mules to get the $15 ticket added. So hopefully that happens soon. I'm gonna get it. Usually takes like 15 hours or so to get it added. It's usually like midday the next day when it happens. So we got like somebody brought up a point earlier today, and it was, if Pacheco just takes over the David Montgomery role, would you take Jahmyr Gibbs, or would you have Bijan over Gibbs? I'm like, well, number one, that's not happening. Like, that's just not happening. But number two, like, what if I already want Bijan over Gibbs? Like, in most scenarios, you know, like, why does something have to change for me to prefer Bijan to Gibbs? Like, I know it's the unpopular opinion right now, but that's kind of where I'm at. Man, we may end up hitting 50 likes on this video. That'd be awesome. The drafters ones usually don't do as well, so that's a big win. That's a big win. So we got I mean, Bowers would be awesome. Derrick Henry is a little worse on this site. I'm just gonna pull up Rice most likely, unless Two Mules wants. I know Two Mules doesn't want Rashid Rice. We know he doesn't want Rice. We're gonna take Rice. I'm gonna try to do a different combination of something that I don't have yet. Anyone who thinks Pacheco has the talent of Monty, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was actually gonna go Jeremiah Love there. So I'm gonna take a player I never take. We're gonna take Trey McBride here. I think elite. I think that elite tight end's a lot harder to hit on drafters, but I also think full fading a player of that caliber is wrong too. So anyone who thinks Pacheco has the talent of money is an idiot. Role opportunity doesn't equal production. Opportunity plus skill equal production. And yeah, role opportunity. You also have to have the belief of the coaching staff, right? And Montgomery was like beloved by, like absolutely beloved. And the only reason they got rid of Monty is because they want to see Monty succeed in a number one role. Sladen says, I don't even truly believe Pacheco makes the team. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That is awesome. I mean, if Najee Harris signs there, like, it doesn't look good, right? Like, that's one of those spots that I don't have a lot of Pacheco, but I do think it's one of those picks that if they don't do anything, he's a fine ADP. I get the ADP. It's like, even if Pacheco's still bad, which is true, right? Like, I know I said if, but I'm going to go ahead and say it is true. Like he is on an offense we expect to score 26 plus points a game, right? Even as an RB2, like, he's going to get 4 to 5 touchdowns, like, minimum there, right? So, do I really think that correlates into spike weeks? Probably not. But it is a thought, right? I think it's a better click than Algier, which, well, what is his ADP, by the way? Because I know some of Drafters' ADP is like a lot different. Like, I think Pacheco's a clearly better bet than Keaton Mitchell. Like, I just do. I think that Pacheco's going to get more touches a game than Keaton, and we know for a fact that this offense is going to cook. And we know that Keaton Mitchell has a third running back that could get involved. So, like, I think that he's clearly a better pick than Keaton Mitchell. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, to the bottom of the ranks. No more. Let's take Devontae Adams this time. Let's take Adams. If Waddle comes back, we take Waddle. Yeah. And you know what that means? We got the Waddle. And by the way, for those of you who have seen the video that clip came off of, I fully finished that video earlier this morning. So, if anybody is in Discord later and wants to see a fun, interesting, chill video that is barely fantasy football related, just reach out and I'll pop open my CapCut and show you a video I made that's going to go on the channel that Jamie and I are making later. 17 yards and 1 TD. Well, right. That's the same thing as 3 rushes for 45 yards and a touchdown. Like, that's my bet. Like, that's my anti-bet on Keaton Mitchell. Like, we've seen people with 2 touchdowns still not hit lineups, right? If he could return kicks, I'd walk back him making the team. Pacheco actually has a better chance of losing snaps to James Conner than Algiers does. Yeah, no, that's another one. Like, James Conner, to me, Like, I try to take him sometimes, and every time I'm thinking about taking him, he goes. But he's such a clear fit for Detroit or Dallas. Like, he is that passing down. Like, he's the guy who can catch the ball and is really good at pass protection that those teams need as a number 2. Since we know nothing, watch Gibbs get hurt and Pacheco goes. Yeah. The ticket already been given away, sir, but welcome. Next week, you are allowed to show up and jump in. We've been doing it on Wednesdays, but we're basically going to do it whatever day we're solo streaming. And we're going to try to avoid Tuesdays since everybody else does. Like Chess Liam does Ticket Tuesday. Bayou Bengal does Ticket Tuesday. A couple other people, I think, do Ticket Tuesdays as well. So, a ticket giveaway. I didn't win. Well, you can go ahead and congratulate 2 mules who did win. If you would be so kind, you could always congratulate the guy who did win. But yeah, this is the thing right here. Like, if Gibbs gets hurt and Pacheco ends up as their number 1, like, he's going to get 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns, like, bare minimum, right? So, unless they make a trade for somebody or something like that. So, like, his contingent value is very high. And I know that they're going to use him as a bell cow, but they're also going to limit, like, they're not going to use, how do I put it? They're not going to have like 80% bell cow Jahmyr Gibbs, right? I think that they understand that that isn't correct. Like, players like Gibbs, players like old Jamal Charles, they can't play every single, like, they lose explosiveness if they're on the field every single snap. Kenneth Walker's that way. So I'm not saying that they need to rest him all the time, but I do think that there's a break point of like 65% or something that, like, I think that if that doesn't happen, I think that Gibbs won't be as explosive, right? So I think Pacheco will get a lot of, like, from the 20 to the 20 carries. Now, he doesn't really have the opportunity to get touchdowns if that happens, but Gibbs will have a couple long runs that he goes out of bounds at the 5 and stuff, right? So I just don't think it's the worst bet on the board. I'm not trying to say that Isaiah Pacheco is the best bet on the board either. I just think that his ADP is, like, close to fair. The last time a Lion running back died, carry on, it evolved into a 4-headed monster led by Ty Johnson. Yeah. New regime, but most of the times that don't lead to new winner at running back. Let me know. I feel like that this background music is lighter than the other one, so I turned it up a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud. We got 39 watching. We got 49 likes. I want to thank everybody for popping in. I want to thank everybody for smashing the like, and if you're new to the channel, if you could hit the sub, that'd be great. I wasn't planning on doing a 4th draft, but if we can get to 60 likes, we'll do a 4th draft. We'll do another $3 mini if we can get up to 60. So that's on you guys. You guys want more drafters, and you have a way to give more likes, we'll do a 4th draft. It's been a really good day, so yeah, we or maybe Monty was just good and no other. Well, right? No, I think that that's fully true, right? I think that Monty is legitimately good, and I don't. So the Pacheco doesn't have to live up to Monty to pay off pick 143. That's the thing. Like, he doesn't have to be an absolute smash. Ooh, what are we doing here? I'm going to go ahead and take Jonathan Brooks again. I'm just going to load up on Jonathan Brooks, man. We'll also take Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's a really fine quarterback to take naked. I don't want to be underweight on him either. But like Montgomery was going pick 110, right? Like, that's a much, much different bet than 143. 40% Brooks. That's got to feel pretty good. I'm not that high. I think I've got 13% or something. I don't know. Let me go check. I had Brooks was one of my higher drafted players in pre-draft. So in pre-draft, I had 14%, which was really nice. Rashad White was a win. Vidal, maybe, kind of. Brian Robinson was a win. Dowdle's a win. Scadabo's a win. Swift was a win. So a lot of these were kind of wins. Then we got the regular season exposures. Where is my Brooks? I'm only 10%. I thought I would be higher. His ADP is crashing now. Yeah, it really is. 46.2% Alfred Blue, huh? The old Texan. Why are you drafting the old Texas running back cards? Charles. He's not been in the league for like 8 years. Why are you drafting Alfred Blue? Actually, I think he was like 2013. Why Alfred Blue, man? Zero hero RBs. What's your favorite late round running back target? We'll get to that in a second. Next to no stands, but Brooks was at bad. ADP was a big one. Tell me why bye weeks matter. All right, so we're going to go with this one first. M. Stockton. Welcome, sir. I prefer hero running back, and I think that hero RB in drafters specifically is a very strong, like, in drafters specifically, I think hero and double anchor running back are like the best two styles of builds. I think that they definitely let you get to the route to probably the most points. Bye weeks, are we talking about in drafter specifically? In drafter specifically, bye weeks matter a lot. Are they, like, some people say they don't matter as much, but like, you need an average of like 160 points a week to get to first place, right? It's pretty hard to average 160 points a week whenever 1 week you get 74 points because you have all bye week 11. That's my take on that. Yeah, we'll take Dalton Kincaid here. Retires players score more than Pacheco. Yeah, fair point. Fair point, sir. Fair point. Am I just taking Kittle for a third draft in a row? Apparently I am. I forgot I had McBride on this team, so RIP to the draft, guys. 7 more likes to draft with this loser. 7 more likes to draft with this loser right here, guys. That's all you need. 7 more likes. Draft with who? He ain't got a clue, right? Draft with me and get EV. Double anchor RB is the best strat. And in general, any site. I think that's probably fair. I think double anchor is probably the best strat all around, everywhere. I would agree with that. And double anchor to me, it could be any, like, in the 3 cheers for loser. Yeah. I can't believe I did that. It's all good though. I definitely should have just taken Baker there then. I don't even think about McBride being on a team because I just never even consider taking him. I love double anchor wide receiver this year. But like I feel like double anchor wide receiver this year, and by double anchor I just mean 2 through 3 rounds. I think the RBs in round 4 and 5 aren't that much different this year than the running backs in round 3. So that's why I like it this year. But that doesn't mean like the double running back starts over here like Chase Brown, Genty, James Cook, Kenneth Walker aren't elite styles. I think this right here, what Jordan McBoard's doing, Jefferson, London, and then like tell me how Kyron Jacobs feels that much worse than like a Bijan Brees Hall, right? Like, I mean, I guess Bijan, but like double anchor into 4 running backs, like Kyron Jacobs, Travion Price, like it just feels really good. And what Quill did here, the double anchor with Cook, Walker, Allen, and then 5 in a row. Like that's exactly how you want to build on this site. Think I'm drafting your gift. Main entry as nice. Hopefully everything works out and you don't have like connection issues and stuff. Of course, Jalen McMillan comes back. Of course he comes back. Why wouldn't he come back? Let's go. We've been talking about Pacheco. Let's just take him. Let's take the best pick on the board. Any RBG feels worse than Bijan. Oh, right. Any running back, yeah. Like what I'm saying is like Bijan Rice. Like if this was Bijan Rice Adams with Brees Hall versus Jefferson London, Kyron Jacobs, it feels reasonably close, but I mean, I guess I think the 1 and 2 spot just feels so good because of the wide receivers that like the Adams, Waddle, JMO, Evans, Watson stuff over here with like the choice of the running backs too. It just feels really good. But yeah, double anchor running back is always really solid. Double anchor receiver, I think, is because I think you can go like Kenneth Walker, like Jefferson, Kenneth Walker, into like Devonta Smith, Jacobs, Henderson, Price. And that feels elite because your wide receivers, like one of these top 6 wide receivers and another anchor, and then you can build out your quarterbacks and tight ends to the middle of the draft. And you have those double anchors to push your wide receiver 3 to the end of the draft. And in my opinion, the end of the draft, wide receiver is easily the best value down there. So that's why, like, I'm going to have a lot of double anchor wide receiver this year. That doesn't mean I don't respect the double anchor running back or the hero running back, right? And that's kind of a hero running back build. Like, I'm leaning more into the hero, but if the definition is through 3 rounds, what I'm doing is hero, but I'm still robust because I'm going double anchor into robust running back generally, you know. Seven more likes for another draft. And if you guys haven't hit the sub button yet, go ahead and hit the sub. We definitely need it. We are on a road to 1,000 subs. We've not got much traction this week. We've been getting a lot of traction the last couple weeks. This week we haven't got a lot of traction. So hopefully that picks up. It's also like the training camps and stuff are about, like training camp isn't for 5 weeks. We may be in a little bit of a lull over the next few weeks. So we'll see how that works out. All right, so we're coming back close to being on the clock. I will easily take Aaron Rodgers here since I only have one quarterback. If I don't get him, it's actually fine. I would prefer him because I can possibly get somebody to go with him. I don't ever take Jacoby Brissett, but you know what? We're going to do it. Yeah, we're just going to take Jacoby here. We're going to pull him up. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to take him. We got the double stack here with Harrison plus McBride. So if that's correct, this price on Brissett's not bad, right? And we'll go with Old Man Kamara as the other pick. For the audio listeners, we got a 2-5-5-3 right now. We got Jackson Dart, Jacoby Brissett. Running backs, Bijan Robinson, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Brooks, Isaiah Pacheco, Alvin Kamara. Wide receivers, Rashee Rice, Devontae Adams, Jalen Waddle, Marvin Harrison, Jalen McMillan. Tight ends, Trey McBride, Dalton Kincaid, George Kittle. Pretty solid team. I need a little help at tight end, though. What tight ends could I get to help my team out, guys? Whatever you do, don't continually draft these tight ends. I need some more. Hey, no problem, sir. I think I'm drafting your mate. Nice. I'm glad. Hopefully your day got better, sir. Hopefully your health is better since this stuff happened at Christmas. You were jumping in and out of some of my streams, even during the regular season when I was doing dailies and stuff. And you popped in a couple times, said you had some stuff going on. Sounds like you got that under control. That's good stuff. So I definitely want 2 mules, says Gamblestein. Probably exactly like I just said it. I mean, Jeremy, I don't need Jeremy here because I didn't end up with Rodgers. I will take Mendoza if he falls all the way back, though. Yeah. Yeah, it's always good to hear when people end up getting better from those situations. Like, I haven't really talked about it, but I mentioned on stream, like, my sister was having an issue. She had her appendix removed a couple weeks ago. And one of the reasons, like last week, I popped on and did my streams and everything was fine. But while she was in the hospital, her appendix burst. So it was not a great situation. Everything's all good, though. She's healthy. She's recovered. She's still in pain. But, yeah, that's had a little bit of that going on this week. Or last week and this week. But since everything's good, now mind is at rest, you know. So yeah, I was like, I'll go visit, I'll go help. She's like, I don't want to see anyone. I want left alone. That's all I want right now. I want left alone. All right. Yeah, also good news, right? Yeah, it sounded wild. All right. I can't click Jerry Judy. Can anybody else click Jerry Judy? Let's take Dontavian Wicks. Let's take Wicks. And we're just taking Mendoza to get some points at quarterback at the back half of the season, maybe. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like this team at all. 1% Justin Jefferson. Any reason why? Oh, Jerry Judy. Yeah, I don't know. I was just talking about Jerry Judy. Like, what? Why would I think you were talking about Justin Jefferson? Why? Why would I do that? Yeah, Jerry Judy possibly get traded by November. Yeah, that is the out, right? That is the only thing that has me kind of worried a little bit. But then he's Jerry Judy, right? I can't see JJ and not think Justin Jefferson. And I'm not going to apologize for that. I think that's a you problem, sir. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. Fix it. Fix it, sir. JJ means Jefferson. I won't budge. That's how it is. I said that last year with JJ McCarthy. No, this is a you problem. Just so we're clear. All right, so we need some depth. We just need some shots at running back, honestly. We honestly just need some shots. I don't like this team at all. This is one of the worst teams I've drafted in the last couple of weeks. I'm not going to lie. Every once in a while, you just draft a stinker. And whenever you forget you took Trey McBride and then you take Kincaid Kittle. I mean, I'm going to flex the hell out of tight end. I'll tell you that. And if I don't, I'm completely dead. Judy is 100 times more logical click and full PPR than hoping Jeremy is the first wide receiver to melt the 43-year-old Rodgers' heart. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll take the Malachi Field stack. Mike Rob with the super chat. When we get the super chat, we get the.
If she got that end zone, I'm diving in deep smoothly.
That's wild. Coincidentally, the baseball-sized abscess on my appendix actually ended up self-amputating my appendix. So I'm good there at least. That sounds wild. And are we sure that's good? That just sounds wild. Always worth it. I'm going to go ahead and argue this. Number one, Randall Cobb, rookie, similar style to Jeremy Bernard. Cooked as a rookie, if I remember right. Let's test my knowledge. Let's go to Player Profiler and see if Randall Cobb is here. I believe he had a really solid rookie year. Not really that great. It was year 2, once again. What about Jordy? What a picture. Yeah, I guess they were all really short. I mean, I'm pretty in on it. Surgeon said it was extremely rare, but it happens. I mean, you take a win any way you can get it, right? Like, you take a win any way you can get it. But yeah, we're gonna take the old Jack Besh, I think. All right. We need 6 more likes. Probably not gonna get the 6 likes for another draft. We're gonna review my team, review the members' teams, and then we're gonna head out. We got a 3-6-8-3 here. We got Jackson Dart, Jacoby Brissett, and Mendoza. We pulled Jacoby Brissett up to Mendoza's ADP and then took Mendoza after Brissett's ADP. So all is equal there. Bijan Robinson, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Brooks, Isaiah Pacheco, Alvin Kamara, Jaden Blue. Wide receiver, Rashee Rice, Devontae Adams, Jalen Waddle, Marvin Harrison, Jalen McMillan, Dontavian Wicks, Malachi Fields, Jack Besh. Tight end, Trey McBride, Dalton Kincaid, and George Kittle. That's a pretty fun team if you hate money. That's what I'm going to say. Pretty fun team if you hate money. We got Bukowski. We got a 2-7-8-3 here. We got Drake May, Patrick Mahomes, Breece Hall, Cam Scatterbo, David Montgomery, Tajay Spears, Sean Tucker, Katron Allen, Emmett Johnson. Wide receiver, JSN, Nico Collins, Jaden Reed, Xavier Worthy, Romeo Dobbs, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin. My little trick. Chris Brazel. Tight end, Jake Ferguson, Juwan Johnson, Pat Fryermuth. I know this will be a shock to you, but I like this team more than mine. Weird draft for me. The running backs dried up early, so I went Hero RB. Turned out decent. All we know is Rodgers runs way fewer plays, so we get hurt in volume. Arthur Smith isn't there. Arthur Smith is not with Rodgers anymore. So you can't use any of that. So, like, Arthur Smith is at Ohio State right now, ruining Jeremiah Love's career. All right, we got Slayton. I believe Slayton. Let me look. Yeah. We got a 3-5-8-4 here. Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, running back, Chase Brown, Ashton Genty, Rico Dowdle, Rashad White. Yeah, you'll get a review. I don't know why I skipped over. I thought that was you, Devin, but the name confuses me. I was going to ask at the end. Chase Brown, Ashton Genty, Rico Dowdle, Rashad White, Zach Charbonnet. Wide receiver, Egbuka, McMillan, Rome, Pittman, Diggs, Debo, Zachariah Branch, Bateman. That feels good. Chig, TJ Hawkinson, Mike Gesicki, Jake Tonjes. Somebody was saying they loved Jake Tonjes earlier. It's a very solidly built team there. Like, Penix isn't needed there, but it feels perfectly fine, right? In the last round, if he starts like 7 games, like, he might start for a game. That's all that really matters. We got no cap. It's always nice also to ask. Like, I'm not going to be upset. I would rather you say something like when I'm finishing up reviewing another team. That way I can visually see, because if you type, I can see the green and see that you are a member, right? So it just reminds me and helps out. as well. We got a 2-7-8-3 here. We got Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff. Running backs, we have Omarion Hampton, Jalen Warren, Jordan Mason, JCM, Take Bigsby, Jonah Coleman, Ray Davis. Wide receiver, Amon Ra, Devonta Smith, Mike Evans, Mekhi Lemon, Matthew Golden, Travis Hunter, Ted Hurst, Elijah Surratt, Loveland Stowers, and Parkinson. So we got the double stack here. Was that a triple? Yeah, that was a triple stack with the Eagles. And then, yeah, I like it. Anchor running back. The Warren plus Mason should give you enough floor to hopefully get there on these guys, right? And if we're all wrong on JCM and his injuries, like he was at practice, like moving around the other day, I think yesterday catching passes and stuff. So like, I don't know, like maybe he is just ready to go. I actually got a quad stack because Take Bigsby's going to catch 4 passes this year from Jalen Hurts, right? So you can't underestimate that correlation. We got Megatron, or we got Devin here, all good, just hiding in the bathroom since the wife and kids just got here. Oh, got it. If I just read that, I would have done that first. 3-6-8-3. We got Caleb Williams, Matthew Stafford, and Tyler Shuck. Running back, Bayshaw Tootin, Ramondre Stevenson, Kyle Menengai, Keaton Mitchell, Brian Robinson, and Mike Washington. I think this could get there. It's going to need some help, but it definitely needs to get there. Wide receiver, or it has ways to get there for sure, right? Like Stevenson starts off the season early, but that guy gives you some spike weeks in between. Bijan gets hurt, or Genty gets hurt, and then you cook, right? Puka Nacua, Chris Olave, Luther Burden, Khalil Shakir, Jalen Naylor, Denzel Boston, Kayshon Boutte, and Jahan Dotson. And then Brock Bowers, Cade Otton, and Terrence Ferguson. So you already had your third quarterback at Shuck. That's why Mendoza fell so far. That makes sense on why Mendoza fell so far, because you had that third quarterback there. Yeah, this is a solid team. I like it. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. I'm going to message some people. I'm going to try to get a guest on for tomorrow. If we do, I'm probably going to do some puppies tomorrow. I'm feeling like drafting some puppies tomorrow. If I don't get a guest, I'll probably do a puppy or two and then run over to DraftKings and do a draft over there. But I want to thank everybody for coming in. I want to thank Megatron, or Brett, not Megatron, sorry, for the gifted. I want to thank Mike Rob for the super chat. I want to thank the 3 of you who used the promo code, signed up on Drafters. Next week, maybe one of you will win the Drafters ticket. See y'all tomorrow. Yeah, 4 touchdowns. That's yeah. I'm not asking for much, guys. Not asking for much. Just for the 4 receptions, 4 touchdowns. That's it. That's all we need. Hooray for everyone. Yep. Peace.